Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Rusty McCranie, and welcome to Weather Express. It's your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, a severe weather risk, including the potential for tornadoes, will continue for the southeast, and the snow is going to be flying in portions of the Great Lakes and the Northeast. We'll start with that active severe weather for today. A potent cold front rolling through the southeast. You can see that indicated by the blue line. Temperatures behind it are in the 40s and 50s and 60s. Out ahead of it, some 70s and 80s. So it is warm, juicy air. Now, we've had several tornado warnings in effect, mainly earlier today in portions of Alabama. It's going to be your purple polygons that you see. Luckily, that hasn't produced any definitive tornadic activity. So we've had radar indicated rotation within some of these storms. The active weather is likely to continue into the western sides of Georgia as we go through the remainder of the afternoon hours. We still have one tornado watch that's in effect. Now it's shrinking in size as the storms have moved off towards the east, but if you live in the far eastern and southern sides of Alabama, still tornado watch number 3 is in effect. Some winds of up to 70 miles an hour and some half-inch size hail to go along with the potential rotation within some of these storms. Looking at the risk for severe weather for today, it's going to extend up I-85 into the southern sides of the metro Atlanta area, including Peachtree City. This is where we're going to have the highest wind potential and the hail potential, but the marginal risk in darker green goes all the way into the western sides of South Carolina. The other thing about this front is that it's going to be stalling out, so there's going to be the risk for some excessive rain for today. And this is the area that you see in green, which again will get you into the eastern sides of the Tennessee Valley as well. When we take a look at the advisories that are currently in effect, you're going to see some flash flood warnings all the way up north of the Atlanta metro area. So we've had some inundation of water there. And again, flash flood continues here. You're going to see on this additional 2 to 4 more inches of rain to go along with multiple rounds of storms. So again, active weather kind of on the south side of this system, and a lot of heavy rain will continue for other areas as well. So back over to the visible satellite imagery here along with the radar data, and you'll see that front will continue to progress its way off towards the east the remainder of the afternoon hours. Now we'll follow this system back to the north to the much colder air where we do have some snow and a very light variety for portions of Wisconsin and Michigan. It's warm enough as far north as Detroit and Grand Rapids where it is just some really cold rain. And that cold rain is more prevalent in portions of the Appalachians through the mid-Atlantic states and into the Northeast. So heavy rain right now for Baltimore and Philadelphia, which is moving north towards the New York City area, but temperatures well above freezing at this point in time. However, we're eventually going to get some colder air to move in, especially through the northern sides of the Great Lakes and into New England, where we do have some winter weather advisories. Those are all the areas that you see in purple, and I'll have more on that coming up. Back into the plains right now. Things are quieter behind the active weather earlier in the week, and we're starting to see a quieter weekend ahead, but it's frightfully cold behind some of this. Right now, temperatures are just above zero in some areas, and you factor in the wind chill with wind gusts still 20, 30 plus miles an hour. In many areas of Colorado and other areas of the Intermountain West have wind chill values that are actually below zero. Next storm system moving into the Pacific Northwest right now, bringing some rain along the I-5 corridor off towards the west, but eventually, yes, this will turn back into more snow for portions of the Cascades. Now, this is not going to be as impactful of a storm system as the last one that came through earlier in the week, but still the opportunity for some more snow to fly there. And then in portions of the Big Sky country, you continue with high wind warnings, high winds that could be in excess of 60 miles an hour. All right, back out to the big picture for us here. Let's get into the models. Going to bring up the HER model, high resolution rapid refresh. How is the storm system out east going to evolve and where we could see more potential severe storms? Well, we're going to clearly see this strong area of low pressure spinning. There's just not a lot of moisture associated with it. So the snow is going to be more prevalent over the weekend and early next week and get deeper into the Ohio Valley and into portions of the Appalachians, but the totals aren't likely to be excessive. Again, you could have some winter weather advisories for portions of New York State and into New England, but overall, this is just going to be a few inches of snow more than anything. Once this storm system clears off of the East Coast, we're actually going to be drying out, so I don't expect there to be a lot more additional severe weather starting on Sunday with this system. Another area of low pressure coming off of northern Mexico could make things interesting for the western sides of Texas later in the week, and then we'll also start to see our storm system march on shore. And of course, you get into the high elevations, and that's going to turn into some mountain snow. So looking at the risk for severe storms for tomorrow, it's actually non-existent for your Sunday. And for Monday, we just have a slight risk here. If I bring that up for you guys real quick, again, very limited opportunity, so things should be quieting down. When we're looking at the total snow accumulations out of everything here, again, you're going to see a pretty big area with some likely accumulations through Monday, but not a lot. Could be 4-6 inches of snow in portions of Michigan. Same situation, upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, on over towards portions of Maine. But back into the Ohio Valley until you get towards, again, the spine towards Snowshoe Resort there in West Virginia, you're not likely to get more than 1 to 2 inches of snow, but it could be some hazardous conditions to kick off the work week. Friends, I'm out of time. I appreciate you making Weather Express a part of your daily routine. Let me know in the comment section below where you're viewing from. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow for your latest 5-minute forecast.